What's up, baseball people? It is Pig City Podcast, Baseball Division. We don't know when you're going to be getting this episode, but it's a great episode. It was inspired by an Instagram post, but we'll get into that in a second. I'm one of your hosts, Zachary Ivy, and the other host, my man. Look at him.
Daddy.
What's up, people? For those of you watching the YouTube or watching the video version on Spotify, if you have that, rocking the Campbell shirt where we both went to college. Campbell University shouts out. College baseball has already started. By the time you are hearing this, it's in full swing. So shouts out, Yeah. I kind of said it briefly earlier, but we're going to have all kinds of different pods with different topics. So please, if there's something you just want our opinion on, maybe it's a debate, maybe it's something you see, send it to it. Share it with us, something. And comment what you say on these, because I guarantee this one, not confrontation, but this one, when you hear these words, I bet other people are going to be thinking of different players. And heck, maybe even somebody thinks of the same player. So basically this Instagram post was one of the stat charts, where you can see on Fangraphs or other baseball sites that you may want to use. Like Baseball America. What the heck did I just say? Baseball Reference, and all your different stats. But with all that being said, I have some questions for you, Teddy.
Go for it, bro.
No spoilers.
Okay.
But, and I don't want you to, I'm really demanding things here. I don't want you to take a long time to really think through this, but just quick answer. How many of these do you think we have the same? This is any player in MLB history for these words.
I was actually thinking just while you were introing it, I was like, man, a lot of our batting order of reasons we love baseball, we had a lot of them the same. These, I don't think we're going to have a lot the same. I'll be honest, maybe like one or two, but I think we're going to go in different directions for a lot of them.
Okay, and I do think there's going to be some bias because it's probably players we're more prone to because it's all positive adjectives. You'll hear them in just a second, but descriptions of players, you could say. There's one that probably fits better for me, but it's something I've always said about somebody, so he's there. I think I want to make a substitution right now. I think there's somebody that just came to mind that I think I want to put in.
I'll allow it.
Yeah, I might change.
Go for it, bro. We want the list perfect, so go for it.
We'll get to that in a minute. Now, I was going to ask you though, are we going to allow substitutions as far as if I say someone that you think of, you're like, you know what, that's a better answer? I say no.
I say no.
All right, that's just an honor system thing. So, you were the away team in the first episode of this podcast, and typically in tradition, you've been going first on all of these so far.
Right.
Again, we don't know when you're all listening to this, but that's inside baseball. That's deep. Inside baseball. Teddy, I'm going to let you pick which word you want to start with first, and I'll let you choose if you want to share or not. So basically, there's 9 words, everyone. We're going to go through each of them, their descriptions of just basically a maxed out baseball player in different categories, but it's not your traditional things like power, contact, speed. You'll hear in a second. Teddy.
I mean, whenever I was looking at the Instagram post, I kind of saw them going down like on the left-hand side. Then I went to the next column. And so I have them listed like that. We can just go that way to make it, easier.
We can. Again, I'm letting you quarterback a little bit. I don't want to
I mean, I could also, change up stuff so I don't get lost in the sauce. But
also,
if I'm giving you one.
I think there's one. I think we have one the same. I just want to say that.
Okay. So you want me to give you the start?
Let me ask you another question, Teddy, and then we'll get started.
Okay.
And you're going to actually have to count this. How many of these are current players still in the MLB right now of the 9 for you?
All 9.
Really?
That's how I took the assignment. I'm going to be honest.
Okay, we have 0 the same. This is actually even better activity because I only have guys that aren't playing anymore.
That's crazy. Okay.
Yeah. All right.
When I was given the assignment, I was like, oh, so all current MLB players.
Okay, I like that. Look, that makes it even better.
A lot.
Now,
yeah.
All right, so now it doesn't even matter. All right, so but let's stay with the same word. Who you got?
All right, so let's start with Clutch Gene.
Oh,
Do
you
you
want
want
me
me
to
to
go
go
first?
first?
All right, you
I can
ready?
go first.
I'm just kidding. Yeah, you go first. I mean, you
All right,
decide. You decide. You don't have to go first, but you decide who goes first.
I'll go first. Clutch Gene, World Series MVP, bro. Rock, Corey Seager. Love my guy Corey. I mean, when does it get more clutch than showing up for the postseason, especially the World Series? I mean, that's my guy. Like I had a couple different names, but
Yeah,
I felt they fit better in other, positions on the nine things. So like, yeah, Rock, baby, Corey Seager.
love Corey Seager. You can't deny he was clutch. I mean, he's two-time World Series MVP with two different teams. People forget that. When it matters most, he shows
When
up.
it matters most, man.
So it's not just recency bias. Obviously, they're current players, so all yours are going to have alleged recency bias.
Yeah.
But I don't really have a strong argument. If dude, his stats and numbers are insane. If he can just stay healthy, but then again, maybe he doesn't need to stay healthy because he comes back for the
What
winning.
he's doing's working, bro.
Yeah, I don't know. I want to see, dude. He's crazy. All right, I mean, just a great hitter. All right,
I love him.
clutch team
Kyle's brother.
number 2, Derek Jeter. Number 2. I mean,
Yep.
when I this is what made me realize, and if you go back in the prep, I knew you were gonna lean current players, but I thought you might have an old one. This is the one I thought we'd have the same. And the only reason I wanted to do players that aren't playing is because when I read Clutch Gene, I only thought of one name.
I'll be honest. Whenever you were hitting me with the you had no current players, and I was looking at that very first list, I was like, man, who would I put there? And Derek Jeter was the first person that came to mind, bro.
Yeah,
I love it. That's a great pick. It's a great
yeah. I
pick.
mean, people can say what they want, and I understand. Again, we talked about some positives of stats and analytics. People look at defensive metrics and say Jeter wasn't this or he wasn't that, and he doesn't grade out this way. Look, there's just certain players when there's something to happen from the beginning of his career all the way literally till his last at bat, he always came through. I mean, one of the most famous plays is a defensive play of him just flipping the ball. Like, dude. All right. All right.
People will even say that play's overrated. Can you believe that?
Yeah, I mean, dude, people just think anything historic is overrated now.
Haters. Haters.
Yeah. I mean, people even to pick the most clutch players of all time just pick the most recent World Series MVP. All right. Uh, all right. I'll let you keep going, and you can decide if you want to go first or me if you're
I mean,
curious.
I'll keep rocking first, bro. Dog in him. Got that dog in him. I have,
Oh, I love this one.
as a short king myself,
Oh,
I feel like you know where I'm going with this. Altuve.
okay.
Jose Altuve. He's got that dog in him. He's got fight. He's feisty. He's like
Yeah.
a little chihuahua that's like rabid. I mean, dude,
Now,
he's something else.
look, I know we're positive vibes, and who knows if we've said anything negative at this point by the time you guys listen to this, but is that what he had the tattoo of when he wouldn't open his? All right, sorry. Um, yes. I mean, dude, he's all Tom. He really is.
Yeah,
You honestly could have put him for clutch, Gene.
yeah, that's true.
His postseason it's stupid. He's ridiculous. All right. Yeah, I mean, good pick. Can't argue it. Not one of my favorite players, but he such a position scarcity and all right. Dog in him. Let me intro this a little. This guy, pitcher, starting pitcher, and one of my favorite players and humans to ever exist. And when this guy steps on the mound, there's not really a better word for me to use than he's just a freaking dog. Played on 3 teams notably. All right. Big, strong lefty. CC Sabathia. I thought you were going to say something, dude.
Oh, okay.
CC. I mean, this guy is a freaking baller. And he's just got that dog. Like, I would say there's probably very few, if any, teammates he's ever had at any level that would ever argue that he has that freaking dog. And everywhere he's went, he's been successful. Like,
Yeah,
obviously, I remember the New York version a little more clearly. But, I mean, in Milwaukee, you look at some of the numbers, dog. He never wanted to come out of the game. All right. Side note, it is kind of weird. We went Altuve CC, but anyway, dude, he never wanted to come out of the game. Always was freaking protecting his players' back. There's this clip you can look, this viral clip. He was about to reach like an incentive, a benchmark of the season for X amount of money. I don't know, 500K or something stupid like that. But no, he wanted to get the dude back, so he just beans the guy and gets thrown out. He's like, I don't care. It's more important to be a good teammate. Freaking dog, CC. I love him.
Yeah. All right. Love it. You're going to like this one.
Okay.
All right. So next we're going to go swag rates.
Okay. See, I will say there's another category that's very similar.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. But I was able to find a difference in the two because I think I know what you're going with. But swag rate, you're going to like this one. When I think of swag in the current MLB, one name pops. Ellie De La Cruz. You know I love him. You know I love him so much. And just, bro, he's got it all. I mean, you want to talk about a complete player. Like, I know he still has, like, potential that he needs to reach and everything, but,
Yeah.
like, bro, he can do everything. He's insane.
Dude.
I love him.
And because of his swag, people already hate him and call him overrated. Look, he had some bad numbers throughout the course of the year, but it's his rookie year. He's fine. Dude, I was going to ask you earlier if you had any players from the same team, but I didn't think you'd have a red. I love
I'm
that.
looking at the list right now. I have 2 players from the same team. Everyone else is from different teams.
Well, I have a player from the same team you pick, a red. That dude, Brandon Phillips.
Yeah.
And
Good
also
pick. Good
the
pick.
time in which swag was like becoming a popular word in my vocabulary was also the time where he was the swaggiest player in the league. And that's why I went with it. Like, I could have picked him for the other category because I think he's actually better than anyone I could think of. But I mean, everything Brandon Phillips did was just swag. The way he looked, the
dude.
way he played, the flash, but also being good. Like, he is
Fully
swag.
agree. I remember us fighting over him in MLB The Show,
Yeah,
like in
what was
fantasy
that
drafts.
about?
Dude, I know you're a Reds fan, so you had more of a, connection to him. But yeah, he's just swag. I loved Brandon Phillips.
Dude, he's so sick.
Dude, and you know who else I was thinking for swag rate?
No,
But
let's say that.
I'm just saying, like, I just want to get this one over with.
Oh, it's a current player, so it's not like I have him.
Well, is it a current player? The ball flip, throwing it to first. I mean, that's swag. Let's be honest. But
Teddy?
but other things are leading me to
Teddy?
obviously not putting him there that are not swag.
I guess he's not there anymore. Are you there?
Oh,
I
hey,
think
man. I was moving on to the next one. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, that was weird. Like, cut off for a second. Okay.
Yeah. All right. So he's like that. He's like that. I mean,
That's such a modern term.
I when I saw it, I was like, there's no one else I can put. Nobody else I can put. Modern player? Dude, Ohtani. Shohei Ohtani, bro. He is, I mean, you want to talk about, I mean, can I be honest with you? I'm about to glaze this man. I'm going to hype him up to an absolute extreme that almost, I mean, everyone does. You want to talk about, like, bro, you talk about before Ohtani, me and you would always talk about Mike Trout being just some generational GOAT. Like, that we just have this, I mean, luck of being able to witness. Just incredible. Ohtani, bro. Ohtani can do what Trout does at bat, and then you want to talk about him pitching, like, dude.
Well,
Shohei is insane. He's a different beast. It's crazy, and he moved this offseason. He moved all the way from Los Angeles to Los Angeles, and I'm excited to see that. I really am. I know a lot of people are going to hate on the Dodgers because the money spent and how stacked they are. I'm kind of excited to watch it, to be honest with you. And
yeah,
Shohei, I mean, he's the most exciting player to watch in general.
I mean,
he's like
look,
that.
Look, let me say a couple things. Number one, I want to defend us. we were saying just that Mike Trout was just one of, if not the best baseball players we'd get to watch in our life. I didn't factor in that there was someone who's barely human that's not just a baseball player. So, like, but keep in mind this year, just a reminder to everyone listening, if you're still listening in the first season of this pod, Ohtani will not be pitching this year. So he's just exclusively batting, which is kind of crazy to think that someone is so electric that you just want to watch him bat. But, like, look, we're going to get
Especially when he is a good pitcher. You just want to
he's a
take that
great
out of it
pitcher.
because he's so much better at bat, and you want to like keep him
He's
healthy, and it's
He's a
crazy.
great pitcher. I mean, he's going to be pitching probably next year. But I mean, dude, yeah, great pick. All right, he's like that. This is a player that it's not who you're originally going to think. So just pause on your first guess and then think. This is a player, when I see their stats, I'm like, this can't be real. But also, it's insane because it doesn't seem real. Okay, now think of the second guy, not the first. And this guy was just an absolutely hitting machine. I'm starting to think, if I exclude one person who I didn't include on the list, not the greatest of all time at batting, but I think this might be the best just batter ever. Tony Gwynn. He's just like that. I mean, he's insane. I wish I could have watched his entire career.
Every fun fact I see about Tony Gwynn just seems fake. It's
Yeah,
just
it's like,
oh, they're just making this up.
yeah, it's like Luis Arias, but for his entire career. Yeah. I mean,
Tony
that's
Gwynn,
one I
bro.
had to think about a lot because I didn't have one just pop in my head because I kept thinking of modern guys. And actually, that was the second to last one I did because the other ones came so quick. So, but I mean, he's insane, and R.I.P. Got a statue out there, but an absolute legend of the game.
R.I.P. Mr. Padre.
Imagine just being able to hit that, like,
Sir Father.
This is a really stupid thing, but you know how anytime somebody like pick up something random and throw it, and you would use anything like a bat to hit it. Imagine how sick he was at that, just around the house. Anything, he had to be insane.
You ever seen those videos of the kids in like the Dominican or whatever throwing the bottle caps, like these tiny bottle caps? They were just flaming them, and they had these sticks, like these small sticks, and they're just yeeting the bottle caps when they're moving like 12 feet to the side. I mean, it's crazy.
Yeah, Tony Gwynn would use the bottle cap to hit.
Well, Tony Gwynn, the way he hit, he'd see that bottle cap and it'd be floating at him like just a big ass balloon.
Yeah, but
crazy.
He wouldn't need a stick.
Just imagine how big he saw the ball whenever he was up to bat. Dude never struck out.
I feel like the next Tony Gwynn stat we're going to find out is like he actually played his entire career blind. He just swung and happened to hit it. Like he's
like a bat. He's echolocation for the ball.
Yeah,
I mean he was insane.
Yeah, dude. Yeah.
Just the stats. Like I said, the stats, man. They all seem fake. But yeah, he is like that. He is like that. All right. So here's the one that I had similar to swag rate, at least in my head. I'm assuming this is where you went, but it's the drip.
Oh, yeah. I had it written in the wrong order. But yeah. This is also where I wanted to make a substitution.
Oh, okay.
But I'm keeping my original.
I'll go ahead and go first then.
Think we have the same one?
Thinking of obviously we don't. Thinking of the most drippy player.
This one's gone.
Jazz Chisholm.
Okay.
Jazz, bro. You like jazz? Call up Batch. Ask him, you like jazz?
Yeah, shouts out Ryan Batchelor if you ever listen.
Shouts out Batch. Dude, those gold chains, the ice cream glove, the ice cream cleats, just the way he carries himself, bro.
Hey, this is gonna be a quick little plug here before I forget because you just made
somehow the way he wears his jersey too. I don't know, but go ahead.
Yeah, no, come right back to that. I'll be fast. A little update for you guys. We will cover college baseball. We will talk about games we watch or go to. Also coach a middle school team. And I just want to say really quickly, kid today at our practice, workouts, tryouts, whatever, it's time stamp, had the ice cream glove, and dude, I'm gonna be honest with you.
That's fire.
They look really cool, but when you look at it in person, it might be the coolest thing I've ever seen in my life.
Really?
It's so sick. And he's good too. So shouts out. I won't use any names, but shouts out. And yeah, I'm excited. I'll keep y'all updated on Ice Cream Blow. All right, now back to what you're saying, Jazz. Yeah, that's so crazy. I was gonna say, do you feel like they customize his jersey to fit a certain way, different than other players?
Have to, right? I mean,
Yeah.
and we don't even have to get into it. I mean, have you seen the whole hoopla about the new jerseys this year in baseball?
Yeah,
Yeah,
positive vibes for
I
me.
like. I think if there's one person that's not going to be affected by this, it's going to be Jazz. Like
Yeah,
just the way, yeah, it's like they customize his jersey. Like Rob is just on the phone with him, like, "Hey man, how you want this?
yeah.
Any way you want it, no fine."
Shouts out to Mike Trout trying to get the bag, saying he likes the new ones. I'll give it to him. They wanted you to be a vocal voice for the MLB for all these years, and now you choose to speak out. Anyway,
Go for it, bro. Drip.
I'm gonna be honest with you. We've had positive vibes. We've tried not to say anything negative. We've been on the same
Oh
page.
no.
You're going to hate this pick, but I think it's the most accurate pick I can make for this work. I'm just gonna be honest with you. It's not just pure talent. It's not just swag. It's not this. It's wait. It's drip, not grit.
Drip.
Oh, I thought you said grit. Sorry.
Not
Rewind.
drip.
Erase all that. Remember that when we get to
Okay.
grit.
Okay, I'm
Yeah.
worried.
No, drip. This is where we're gonna make a sub. I went with my boy. I love him. I didn't want to say he's not playing more because I don't know if he's actually retired. Andrew McCutcheon. He
Mm.
has a
Okay.
subtle, just because I was thinking, I was like, it's not the drippiest, but then you think back through his career, the dreads, the flow when he was in Pittsburgh, running around, making plays, went back there as a leader. Um,
So you're saying more like young Kutch.
right, because I'm thinking like because
Okay.
everyone I think of for drip is going to be a young player. It's like not this model citizen guy. Now,
That's fair.
here's where I want to make my substitution. I actually do want to make a substitution, but I had to give Kutch a shout out. That's my guy. Shouts out. Quick connection. Your hat. Shouts out. In their in Reach Records studio. He actually has a jersey hung up, which is kind of sick. Um, but he's getting subbed out
Okay.
because this guy has just ultimate drip without even having to do anything. Curtis Granderson, my freaking dog. I, I needed Curtis in my lineup. I had to have him in my lineup somewhere. And this isn't really where I was going to put him, but I think this was my weakest area. Curtis Granderson is just, again, wears the high socks as an ode to the Negro League. Honestly, he was teaching me facts before this new wave of really getting into it. And he's just the best. Like, I love Curtis Granderson. And the all-time
Hey,
joke. Yeah, the all-time joke.
oh,
Yeah.
I didn't know if you wanted to hit it.
No, you got it.
All right. Uh, Dad, why don't you love me more?
Retake.
Did I mess it up?
Yeah.
All right. Oh, hit it.
Hey, Dad, why why don't you love me?
Oh, I did mess it up. Well, son, because Kurt is grander, son.
Look, we'll workshop it. We'll hit that joke later on. But yeah, dude, give me Curtis Granderson for just old school drip.
I like that. I was thinking you were going to go somewhere else with it, to be honest with you. Maybe the player I'm thinking of is on your list somewhere. But when I think of swag, when I think of drip, there's one player that, doesn't play anymore that immediately comes to mind. But we'll get to it. We'll get to it. All right. This next one. So I was telling you before we started recording, when I was looking at these nine, I only really had trouble with one of them. The other ones kind of just, J-Rock came to mind, Altuve came to mind, Ellie, Otani, like all of these just came to mind kind of ASAP.
Shouts out Rocky.
Chill. Chill percentage.
This was a
Chill.
tough one for me because I'm thinking old school.
Chill. I kind of took a different take into this. It's gonna be a little wild.
Okay.
Chill. Chill. When I was thinking of it, I had a name keep bubbling around. I was like, yeah, I don't know if it fits that well. So then I think some more, I was going through kind of like looking at team logos, seeing if anyone popped. And this name kept floating in my head, even looking at other teams. And I'm like, maybe I should just grow with it. Maybe it's just a sign. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. There's something about the guy. There's something about the guy. I don't know. Maybe it's because he plays in Toronto, Canada,
Look,
where we're from,
here's the
basically.
craziest. Hey, look, if it said laid back, I don't think anyone would have thought that. It's just chill. It's like you're almost making an effort, and yeah, I weirdly like that pick. I didn't think I liked it when you first said it, but he is
Yeah,
pretty chill. He is
it just
pretty
kept
chill.
getting in my head, and I kept looking
Now,
for a different answer, and then it
if
all
we're
came back to him.
if we're poking holes, and again, please leave comments of who you would think for these words, because honestly, we're only choosing one person current and one person in the past. There's no chance everyone agrees. And
Right.
you may even have a better one we agree with. But I do want to throw like a half challenge flag on you. Are you just picking all MLB The Show cover athletes? Is that what your draft is? Like, what's going on here?
My last three have been, yes.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
My first three were not, though.
Okay. Well, I had one. I subbed him out real
Hey,
quick.
the
I
show
had
does great at picking their cover athletes. Let's be
yeah.
honest.
Hey, I had one.
They're fantastic.
I had one, dude. I swapped him out. These are also modern words for modern players, and so they pick modern players to be on the show.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, think about that. I literally picked a show athlete cover, and I swapped him out. You know why? It's Curtis Grander, son. Sorry, Andrew.
Fair. All right, bro. Let me hear your chill.
There is just, when I think of just, I took this chill as almost more like a smooth, like, not the most fiery necessarily, but he had fire. I think back to 3 years ago in MLB The Show when we spent probably 4 hours deciding who we were going to base our team on. And I went a route you did not think I would go, and I picked a center fielder. My guy, Torrey Hunter, he's just chill.
I love Torrey Hunter.
He's just
I've always had.
Minnesota, just like he's not getting real crazy. Minnesota and Canada are pretty chill. There's not a whole lot going.
Yeah, that's true.
I
like that actually.
That was kind of disrespectful to Toronto. Sorry, guys, but forgive me, Torrey Hunter, yeah, double eyes. He's just chilling, dude. You can't tell me Torrey Hunter is not chill.
Yeah, I like it. Yeah, I love Torrey Hunter. There's something about him.
I think that's why I wanted to do the old players. It just gave me a chance to talk about these guys. We'll talk about the guys you said all year.
Yeah, I mean, you remember the 42 series players on MLB The Show. I mean, that was the very first one I took. Love
Me
Torrey
too.
Hunter.
That's what I'm saying. We spent 4 hours talking. Neither of us. All right. So quick background. We spent literally probably 4 hours talking on this, with debating between two different players. Neither of us had Torrey Hunter, and then we're like, you know what? I think I know who I'm gonna go with. And then we tell each other, and we both had picked him. It was really dumb. He's just too chill not to have on your team. He's a leader.
That's true.
All
right. So next we're gonna go with electricity.
Oh, I love this one. I thought you were going to Otani with this, to be honest.
Electricity. Now, you're going to know why I went with this. So, let me give it a little, I got to set it up. All right.
If you go ahead. Sorry.
So, my first three were not show athlete covers. I didn't even think about it. The last three were, well, let's do another one. Another former one. Electricity. Look, here's the thing. People that hate the Phillies, they might not like me because I am pretty much a homer. I do love the Phillies, and I have a bias towards them. I'm not going to shy away from that. When I think of electric, bro, nobody is more electric than Bryce motherfucking Harper. Okay. I love that man. I'd kiss him on the lips and do some other stuff, quite frankly, if I needed to. I love Bryce Harper. That's second time, by the way, in our first two shows I've said I'd kiss Bryce Harper on the lips. So
I don't know if this is the second show, but anyways. Yeah.
Second recording.
Here's the other thing. I was going to ask you, besides when we break down other teams and divisions not dealing with him, over under 50% of pods you talk about wanting to kiss Bryce Harper.
Over.
Okay.
If he just comes up in any scenario, like, I'm going to talk about how I want to kiss him on the lips.
Yeah. And for all the people,
That's how it is.
if all people were judging Teddy's profanity in that instance, it was to emphasize his middle name. Look, he's my favorite player ever. He's been my favorite player since he came in the league. Before he was a Philly. I've always loved him. Even whenever there was a little bit of pushback from my friend group, I've always loved the guy. I can't argue with that. Honestly, if I'm picking all time, I'll probably go with him. I thought you were going a different route. I thought you were going to go on this whole speech about power supply company, former athlete. I thought you were going Tatis, to be honest, because he is kind of electric. But I was like,
He is kind of electric.
Yeah. All right. But
I was thinking him on swag, to be honest with you.
Dude, me too. There was a couple modern players I wanted to go. Maybe we make like an all-star lineup of this way down the road. Of past
That'd be
influence.
sick. Yeah.
All right. Yeah. I mean, look, I guarantee the comments are going to have better answers than us, and that's why we love you guys.
Absolutely will.
Electricity. Big lefty. High leg kick. D-train. I mean, look, I don't like your reaction there, but Dontrelle Willis was freaking electric.
Yeah, he was. I loved Dontrelle Willis. I would emulate his high leg kick.
Dude, he was the Sheffield of pitchers for us.
Yeah, that's true. Like, people loved emulating that fast little bat twitch he had, and Dontrelle Willis was the leg kick I emulated. I loved it. Yeah, he's electric. I thought you were going to go elsewhere. I'm still waiting on you to call a name, so we'll see how this goes. Honestly, 2 names. But
a starting pitcher being must watch is electric. And he was literally just like, I'm going to get my leg as high as possible. And dude, the Marlins,
more like this too.
That teal pop.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
You pick Jazz. Maybe there's definitely a theme to what we're doing that we haven't figured out yet, that the comments will, and I'm not excited to figure out how dumb we are. All right.
Yeah, I don't see it.
All right.
Grit. You said that this is going to be a player that I'm not going to like, or, there's going to be some pushback from me, apparently. I think the same thing is going to be my player for you. Grit. When I think Grit,
there's no way
in the current MLB,
dude. Don't make me walk out.
The grittiest player to me, look, positivity and everything. I don't hate players. I really don't. The grittiest player to me is Ronald Acuna.
Oh, okay.
He is. I mean, he does.
He could have been so many of these categories.
It's obviously just, insane. To be honest with you,
he could have been like
besides Ohtani, I think Acuna's, best player in MLB. He's absolutely insane. We can talk about that some other time, but Acuna is just crazy, bro.
I'm just kidding.
Crazy.
Yeah, I'm just kidding. I agree.
Think about the stolen bases. That takes grit. The fielding. I consider fielding to be a huge grit thing. And then just at the bat. You shared that one graphic with me about the best hitters in certain counts. And his OBP plus in 0-2 counts. It's honestly kind of and that also, almost seems fake.
We will do a dive into that.
It blows my mind.
But to clarify, and this makes it almost. Oh, I hope he didn't leave. This makes it almost more impressive. But that stat is not just how he hits in those counts. It's how he hits in those counts compared to everyone else in the MLB. So it's not just like that's his average or that's what he does. It's in comparison to everyone else in the league, he's that much better.
That makes it. Yeah, I was about to say that makes it even better, dude.
That's insane. But I didn't know that.
So gritty ass player, gritty. Acuna. Look, I as a Phillies fan, the Braves are not my favorite team because to be honest with you, they kick our ass almost every single year. But I have to respect. Let's call it how it is. Greatness. Acuna. Oh
Yeah.
my goodness, bro. He's in another world right now.
It's also scary. He said he felt like he's just now playing his best.
I don't want to see his best if he hasn't
Dude,
already reached
yeah,
it.
look, there's not going to be no Acuna slander. Acuna. Sorry. Acuna. Shut up, Bryce. But anyways, yeah, he could have been in so many of these categories. He's not on here. We couldn't have took this category in more different directions.
Okay.
You took grit as does all of the things incredible, which
Right.
it can be. I took it as someone who had Jose Altuve would have been a great pick for this. The way I viewed it, because a guy who basically had no chance. He comes in. You saw he just said before signing the most recent extension, they told him basically he was going to play until their replacement came back, and he refused to leave. He just worked hard, and dude, I think it was him. I could be getting this wrong. This could be a completely different player, but I'm pretty sure it was one of his family members called and said, "Look, he's not going to show you in practice what he can do. Just trust, like, see it in a game." And they did and never looked back.
Look,
So
I had him down for dog in him. I
yeah,
think that and grit are pretty similar too, just like
agreed,
swag and drip. But
agreed. But I think I'm just saying when we look at this list and we look at grit, when people vote on this, they're going to pick your team based on this category, except for one small section of the United States. This is another former MLB The Show cover athlete. This is a guy that had to outwork everyone because he wasn't just more naturally talented. He wasn't just way better than everybody. And even though you're a hater,
um,
he had a very successful MLB career by just working as hard as possible. And look, I would like to instill his work ethic into a lot of players. Dustin Pedroia. Look, you don't have to like it, but it's a great pick.
all right.
He is grit.
So we know a Red Sox fan.
Yeah, shouts out. I mean, he's probably already been on the pod by the time y'all listen to this, but if not, yes, it is my good buddy Alexander Walker.
He, loves the Red Sox, loves Pedroia. Look, no negativity, no negativity. There's something about the guy that kind of irked me and everything, but like,
It's the
you know,
grit.
to each their
He
own.
shouldn't be good.
Remember when we were trying to look up his phone number in the phone book? That was really dumb.
No, what?
Yeah, you don't remember that? That was stupid. I mean, we were kids. All right,
We
I'm
were
just gonna
trying to
move
look
on
up his
then.
number.
Yeah, we were trying to look up his number. All right. I don't know why. I don't know how you don't remember that. I really don't.
If we were
All
gritty
right.
enough, we'd have found a way to contact him.
The last category. That boy nice. That boy nice. This is going to be a little bit more recency bias maybe from me. I mean, all of these are in some way since I did it based kind of off like last season and everything, and they're modern players, you know, last few seasons at least. That boy nice. Mookie Betts. Dude, that boy nice.
Yeah.
I mean, dude's basically like also a professional bowler just randomly, which is kind of sick.
Not
But
randomly, dude. Have you seen him in the indoor facilities running routes in football?
just an
No.
absolute athlete.
He's one of those people that look, that's why, no offense to Pedroia, but like that's why I chose him for grit, because like he's not doing that.
Yeah, you could have chose Evan Gattis. That would have been a better pick.
It would have been a better pick
We, we don't have to get into this.
No, but that's what I was looking for in
We
grit. That would have
can't
been a
talk
good one
about
also.
Dustin for too much because then I look like an asshole.
That was
So
more about Mookie Betts, dude. Mookie Betts he's nice. Like it's
that boy
crazy how
nice.
our vocabulary has shifted so much now. Nice is almost the highest of compliments.
Right, dude, that boy nice. I love watching Mookie play because, like you said, like just it's like every movement of him is like watching some Greek god just just play sports. Like I don't know, dude. He's just like just super athlete.
Okay.
like a machine, bro. It's crazy. I love Mookie Betts. I think he is an absolute star. And honestly, kind of seems like he's playing at his peak. It,
Also, they're preserving his health, moving to second base because he's never going to not die for the ball in the outfield. Look, I mean, it's crazy to think Bryce Harper's a first baseman, Mookie's a
because he
second
knows
baseman.
how crazy he is, and he can actually feels like he can
Yeah,
get to everything.
I think he's becoming one of the most underrated players because all these young phenoms. Love it, love Mookie. I think I not only did you take a stab at Pedroia, now you're putting Mookie on your team. Alexander, I understand why you hate the guy. All right, look, you were waiting on this pick the whole time.
Thank God, bro. Oh
That
my
boy,
goodness.
that boy,
Thank
nice.
goodness.
All right, that boy, nice. The kid,
The kid, bro, he could have went in so many of these categories.
he could have. And look, but when I really was looking at this, I don't know if it's because it was the last one and I read it the same way as you, or if it's just in my mind. I feel like this was the best.
That boy
Like,
night. Yeah. Yeah, I could see that.
imagine you're there, you're watching a guy hit BP, and somebody just turns to you and says, "That boy, nice." Like the father son aspect. Look, we're gonna probably do a full pod on King Griffey Jr. at some point, but we need to wrap this in the next
My
3 or 4
favorite.
minutes.
My favorite. Love that man.
Besides Otani, do you have any pitchers on your team?
Nope.
Okay, so I have 2 pitchers, so it's weird for us to compare our teams in that way. First base, do you have anyone?
Well, Bryce Harper.
True. Second
Bryce
base, you have
Harper.
Mookie.
Well, I have Bryce and Vlad.
True. Yeah, I don't have any first baseman. I thought that was interesting.
Yeah. Second base,
S-
I got Altuve.
I have Pedroia and Brandon Phillips.
Well,
Okay.
and I mean Mookie for this year.
I mean, I think for long term.
Well, I'm just saying, like,
Yeah.
he wasn't.
Shortstop,
Oh yeah, got Rock, Ellie, Jazz, and did I say Ellie? I think I did. Yeah.
is Jazz playing only shortstop now?
I'm not sure. I have to look at it. The
All right,
Marlins, they, I don't know, man.
I feel like he is, but I don't know. All right, or maybe he's not at all. It's one or the other. I feel like he's not splitting time anymore. I'm brain dead right now. Yeah, I have Derek Jeter, captain. Third
Yeah,
base, I have no one.
yeah. I have nobody.
Yeah, and then outfield, I have Tony Gwynn, Curtis Granderson, King Griffey.
I got Acuna, Otani, and Bryce ish.
No.
I mean, I know he's going to be first base, but if they need him, they'll move him out there.
Yeah, I mean, this was fun. This was a nice, easy pod for you. If you're in the midst of watching your college team, lose a game they shouldn't have, or you went to the local high school game or your middle school team and you're trying to figure out how you're going to game plan. Hopefully, this provided some levity for you. And please let us know who you think. I don't really know that we can vote on which team's better. Maybe that's because I'm scared because you just said Otani and Acuna, and I don't know who I even have that compares to either of them. Sorry, King Griffey. I apologize. But yeah, Teddy, final thoughts in this last. We said 45. We're gonna be done by then.
Yeah. Honestly, I love both of our teams. They're with the one exception, but like, I think that
You couldn't resist.
I, you are the one that brought him up, knowing how I feel. Anyways, yeah, I think
I,
this was. I found it really fun to put this list together. Like thinking of all these things and thinking of these players, and I mean everything just keeps getting me more and more excited for baseball to start.
yeah, same. I
At
love
the
this
time
type
of
of.
recording, pitchers and catchers reported yesterday. Fantastic news. I've already been
Yeah,
seeing
Teddy for.
clips and
Yeah,
everything.
Teddy
Oh,
forgot the. He forgot the pre-meeting where we're like, hey, let's make this time sensitive. We could put it away 3 months from now, but whatever. Anyways, no, I'm just kidding. This will be one of the earliest ones for sure. But yeah, I like this type of format. So if there's anything else you guys want to give us, I'm even up for the budget ones where you have this amount of dollars to spend or whatever. Let us know. I love drafting. I love talking baseball. Shouts out John Boyd. Didn't try to copyright anything there. I just like talking about the sport of baseball. Yeah, that's all I really have. This was very fun, and hope you guys enjoyed it. And tell us what you're excited for your team. Maybe there's somebody. Maybe you want to make one of just your all-time favorite people, because that's not what I do. All right, Teddy takes out.
All right. Love y'all.